Hello fellow crafters, my name is George and this is the Spare Time G, and today we're gonna make the Christmas special episode, the train going through the forest model. So as tomorrow it is Christmas, I wanted to make some Christmas themed project for this Sunday, and I decided to make this model which is based on two ceramic plates and the two other cuts of them added together, as I wanted to make some kind of a hill on which I'm going to fasten the fir trees to make kind of a forest theme and look. And this is the basic layering I made. I have smoothened up the edges for the hills to connect them to the ground, and also I have made this big stripe of clay. As you can see, it's kind of bent on the left side. This is a train track base. It's a little bit elevated from the ground level for numerous purposes, and for me it looked much better. And then I have painted the whole thing into the white color, white paint. It was kind of hard work, as the ceramic plate it is quite smooth and it's quite hard, and it's not dry yet as well, and it is quite hard to fasten the paint layer on them, and it is kind of shiny as well, and so I had to make several layering process, wait until the last one dried and then paint it again. I think I have made totally 3 of them. And right now we will make the fir tree. You need this narrow clay thing which is getting wider at the bottom, and this kind of drop shaped clay things as well to attach them to the branch of the tree, like this. You of course do it on the ascending order in order to mask the bottom part of these leaves or branches onto the main big branch of the tree. It is a little bit, no, it's very time consuming, and you need to also decrease the size of this drop shape clay particles before you go on top, and the whole effect will give you like a pointy shape for the tree, which is more natural of course and more balanced as well. So this is the final version of it, and right now you need to repeat this process for maybe 20 or no, not 20, but 50 times to get the decent forest I'm going for. But of course you can just alter the numbers and make. This is our starting stage of the forest fastening process. As you can see, there are the trees which are already painted. So now you will need to make the wooden ball underneath the train tracks, and in order to do the nice effect you will need to carve them out from the snow instead of putting them over it, as the snow is covering them, and so you will need to do this thing all over this track, and you will get something like this effect. And then you will need to place the thin rods of clay upon them on the sides, and you will get the effect of nice tracks. The thing and the trick here is that you will need to make a quite thin layer of them, but you don't need to make the whole part on one go. You just simply make the half size or maybe a third. It's not important, as the train will be situated on top of them, and it will kind of mask the transition points from the rod to the rod, so that won't be a big deal. And once you place them together, and this is the placed version, I have also carved out the parts of the wooden blocks which are showing off from the steel rails on the sides, with the same technique of course. And yeah, I'm quite happy with this result. It looks kind of nicely, and it looks like a real tracks for the train. Also, as you can see, that forest is done at last. Let me count the numbers of trees. It is a lot. And yeah, right now of course you can see these kind of dots on the sides which are looking quite bad. They are effect of of the fir trees. I have placed them on the board. Unfortunately, that was a bad idea, but simply I will go over with another portion of white paint. And this is of course the passenger cabin, which I have made from the solid clay piece into shape of this rectangular thing, rod or something, and also painted the sides into the red color, not the bottom and top part, and then carved out the windows of it from it. And yeah, I have also forgot to make the doors, which will be quite problematic next on. Right now I haven't noticed that. And yeah, also the carving thing is quite time consuming. You will probably be more efficient and effective to stick some different shape, different color clay pieces instead of carving them out. And this is the roof for the train, also the transmission or with parts. I have also made the doors for the train, which was quite time consuming as I had to attach other like reddish clay and then cut it into a half to make this texture of two doors, openable doors. And the next stage will be to attach some wheels on it and little transmission, or what, I don't know what the name of that thing is. Also, you can notice that the wheels are not protruding down from these train cabins, as they won't support the weight of it, and I will just put it on the rails with the bottom part. And this is the finished cabin with all the detailing, roof, on the roof, and also the balconies done, and the yellow color is quite a nice contrast with the red. So this is our steam locomotive. I have started to make it from different shades of black. This is kind of three pieces added together. They will be the base of the locomotive. So here comes the finished version of our locomotive. It looks quite nice. I really like the look of it. As you can see, it is quite rich with details, and I will go through them right now. First of all, you will be looking at this is the big 6 wheels, which are textured as well, and at the back side you can see the 4 smaller wheels with the same transmission as the passengers one. Also you can see the road clearing steel thing, I don't know the name of it. Also there are quite a bit of details and protrusions also on the top, these different colorings on top as well. All this is not necessary. Of course I have taken all the ideas from the Google images of the steam locomotive, but it's not necessary to make everything into the right place. You just go with the look you like, and I'm really happy with this one. And right now we will need to add the stream of the smoke from the engines. Here is the coal cabin. It is entirely black, and I really like this shape of it. Also it's quite smaller than the passengers cabin in comparison, and I'm really happy with this result, how it turned out. As you can see, there are some dots which make the texture of coal. I have carved out the edges of the wagon, and then with the sharp tool made this dots, and also made this kind of other details like wheels and sides. And yeah, it looks quite cool, and this is my favorite cabin so far. Now I will show you the details I have made as well. The biggest thing probably is the house here. As you can see, I have made it with from the solid pieces of clay and just added the texture on top of it. I have not made any kind of stripes for it. Also the roof is quite detailed, as you can see. Tractor which is covered with the snow as well. And also there is the car, which is also covered in snow. Yeah, that's quite a repetitive thing. This is inspired by Clay Claim. He uses for this kind of textures like smoke and fire, he uses wool, but I used cotton. And this is how I made the stream of the smoke coming out of the house chimney and of course the locomotive. And yeah, this is the final look of it, the final version. At last it is done. It took really long time, but to be honest, it is my favorite sculpture, favorite model. maybe the 90 or even 80% of the whole time was taken by making these fir trees, but actually they look really cool. I'm really happy with this. Also, I like the train details as well, of course. And yeah, together they make quite a nice, like, cozy winter / Christmas New Year theme. And it is also quite larger than my previous model, which was the Shiganshina. And yeah, it's gonna take the noticeable place on my shelf and be the most prominent feature as the New Year theme. And yeah, that was it. You can always go to my Facebook page and see the pictures of this and other of my projects. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you the best for upcoming holidays. Wish every wish of yours to come true, and have a nice days off. Spare some time with your family and friends. And yeah, have a nice day and see you next time. Goodbye.